your name, and you have to understand how you have to put your name. It's very important how you put your name. We already spoke about name changes, especially for the Beta Israel, the true Ethiopian Hebrews. If you're carrying around an Anglo-American, a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant name, you understand? And you're talking about you're into consciousness. You're still unconscious. You're still on the bed. You kind of waking up and covering your head to prevent the light from getting your eyes before you have to really wake up, because you still are carrying around slave master's name. And if you're still carrying around slave master's name, that means you still belong to slave master. So you can go around talking about, I'm free, I can do what I want, so forth and so on. No, you can't, not against maritime admiralty law. You understand? Which has turned you as an originally natural person into an artificial person or artificial corporate entity against your will. So you must state and declare definitively that you are the natural person in your name and not the artificial corporate entity that was created against your sovereign will. You understand? You have to state also that you are not a member of the law society. You also have to state that you are seeking to turn the case from maritime admiralty law to civil law. See, there's a difference. See, they tell you all law is the same law. No, it's not. Ask any lawyer. Ask any law student. They will tell you there's a bunch of volumes and documents, and it's deep, 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 deep. You understand? Because this is this hell that we're in. This is this deep pit that we're in. So the consciousness now, when you're looking up at the light and being in that darkness, you see that light up there, and you have to keep climbing, you understand, to reach, you understand, to come out of the pit, to come out of Babylon. Now, one thing you have to also state and declare, I think this is very important, when going before a court, in addition to stating that you are the natural person, you understand, in your name, and you are not the artificial corporate entity that was created against your sovereign will, your inalienable right. This is not a right that the government cannot give you any right, but what you can do, and what many of us have already done in our ignorance, not knowing this, is indirectly sign over, you understand, parts and portions of our natural rights, of our sovereign rights, of our inalienable rights, and have become business, you understand, underneath maritime admiralty law, which is also called the law of the sea, or banking and merchant law, merchandise law. And this is why it's very significant for us as the Beta Israel, as the once lost but now found sheep of the house of Israel, you understand, as we as Ethiopian Hebrews in the Americas and the Caribbean, is that because what happened to us happened, and the whole world turned a blind eye. See, a lot of white folks were free before they tried to be like the niggers, like the Negroes. You see, after emancipation, the federal government, along with many of the slave masters and business interests, said, what we're going to do with these slaves, or these so-called black folks, or whatever, like, what are we going to do with them? Are we going to send them back to Liberia? Are we going to send them to Africa? What are we going to do with all these niggers, these Negroes, these blackies, or whatever they wanted to call us? You understand what they're going to do with us? So the first thing they had to do is write your name, and you have to understand how you have to put your name.